One person is dead and 4 others are hurt after a shooting inside a health clinic just outside the metro.
Investigators say that Gregory Ulrich opened fire inside an Allina clinic in Buffalo this morning. He's in custody, but bomb squads had investigated suspicious packages at the clinic and a nearby Super 8 motel where Ulrich was staying. First responders brought all 5 shooting victims to the Twin Cities for treatment.
Our team coverage begins this evening with Erin Hassanzadeh live outside of North Memorial Health Hospital. Erin?
Yeah, Frank, 4 people were taken here to North Memorial. 1 was discharged and the other 3 are in critical but stable condition tonight. We have also learned that 1 person was taken to HCMC where they later died. So 1 person confirmed dead in today's shooting. Obviously a horrific day for everyone inside that Buffalo clinic. And you're about to hear from a woman who survived it, who was inside at the time, and from another woman who was a downright hero today, driving 2 nurses to safety.
And I just said that where I was and that there was a man with a gun and he was shooting and that I was hiding.
Kathy Kurth called 911 in a panic when her routine medical appointment turned into a nightmare.
And I heard this man say, "Get down on the ground." And I turned and I saw the back of this man and he had a gun. And there was screaming and there was shooting. I didn't know what to do.
We were in the parking lot.
As Tiffany Polite dropped her mom off at the clinic Tuesday, she had no idea she was about to become a hero.
2 nurses came running out, and when we asked them what was wrong, and they said there's been a shooting. Just scrubs, no phones, nothing. They ran out of there pretty quickly.
The nurses were running for their lives.
The front door they came out of was like feet away from the windows that were just shot after they came out. They got out of there just in time.
This Mexican restaurant is actually right next to the clinic. The manager tells me that he was just opening up shop this morning when 3 nurses came in, no jackets, no phone. They actually wanted to use his phone to call their families and tell them that they were okay.
This is the front door that came running out. I was parked right over here.
After Polite brought the nurses to safety, more unsettling news.
My son's school is in lockdown because he's pretty close to the clinic.
The day was a blur for Polite.
I just think it's crazy to happen in this town, and, you know, the shooter was from this town, lived in this town.
But it's a day that will stick with her forever.
It's just scary to think of how close to home it was.
And Allina Health is calling today a tragic day, saying our thoughts are first and foremost with those tragically injured and their loved ones, Frank.
And the victim, patient, nurse, staff, do we know, Erin, tonight?
Yeah, we still do not know. We're getting that information.
Okay, thank you. Well, some witnesses say they heard an explosion, but investigators haven't confirmed that.
They're still piecing together what happened inside the clinic before the shooting call came in. Our David Schuman is live in Buffalo tonight with what we know so far. David?
Unspeakably sad day, Amelia, for so many people. Buffalo's mayor said this doesn't happen here, but now it has, and a community is left struggling, searching for peace. The Buffalo police chief says one man acting alone committed this unthinkable violence. No indication of a connection to domestic terrorism.
Our hearts break today as a community.
A shots fired report came from inside the Allina Health Clinic in Buffalo Tuesday morning. 5 people were shot. One of them has died.
Several victims in this. It's a horrible looking scene.
A suspicious package was found in the clinic's lobby after it was evacuated. The Wright County Sheriff said suspicious devices also turned up in a nearby motel the suspect was staying at. The Minneapolis bomb squad was brought in, and while investigators appeared to be clear of both locations by late evening, it's unknown what they determined.
We'll rely on the ATF and the Minneapolis bomb squad to tell us when those scenes are secure. Our heart goes out to this entire community. It's we in the law enforcement community don't wish this upon anyone.
The chief says there were no explosions after police arrived, but he didn't rule out that there could have been one earlier. Buffalo's mayor spoke briefly Tuesday, too, taking on a healing, conciliatory role in the tragedy's aftermath.
We're going to make it through this. It's going to be difficult. This doesn't happen in Buffalo, Minnesota, right? But we got to be there for these people that are needing us.
We've learned the suspect used a handgun in today's attack and was cooperative once taken into custody. The sheriff also confirmed that his deputies, they got search warrants for the suspect's motel this afternoon, but he did say this investigation is in its infancy.
All right. Thank you, David.
Police say they've been responding to calls involving the suspect for nearly 2 decades. 67-year-old Greg Ulrich lives in Buffalo. He's in the Wright County Jail tonight. WCCO's Jennifer Mayerle explains the possible warning signs leading up to today's attack.
A chaotic day for neighbors who live near Greg Ulrich in Buffalo.
We just had a knock at our door and we got told to evacuate.
Authorities cleared the area while they checked the home the suspect lived in until recently. They were there for hours, bringing in a canine to thoroughly search, and authorities surrounded a nearby Motel 8 after a bomb threat. We're told it's where Ulrich was staying. Police knew him, having had on and off again contact with the 67-year-old since 2003.
Former neighbors tell me they were used to seeing police come looking for Ulrich here in the neighborhood.
A number of times come knocking and asking for him when he wasn't home. His demeanor was very self-righteous. His demeanor was very, he definitely always talked like he was a victim.
Police noted he had a history of being unhappy with the health care he received. Benjamin Thompson noticed a sign in Ulrich's window about 2 years ago, saying now he wished he had asked more questions about its origin.
He had a sign that was handwritten. It said Allina Crooks in letters big enough across the top that you could read from a car driving by. The smaller message had a statement about one particular doctor.
Ulrich's criminal history in Wright County shows he's been convicted of DWI 3 times. And we've learned police suggested Zion Lutheran Church get a restraining order against Ulrich after he sent a threatening letter. The church reports no contact with him before or after. In Buffalo, Jennifer Mayerle, WCCO 4 News.
Zion Lutheran Church held a virtual service tonight to pray for healing for the community and pray for Ulrich. Stay with WCCO for the very latest as we learn more about today's deadly shooting.